Now, first thing first, frequency is actually determined by the duration. So you have to actually look at the top right in the ads manager. There is this duration you can select. So when it comes to frequency monitoring, we always go for a 7-day block. So what is frequency? Say if you switch it to 7-day at the top right, at the date range over there. So frequency is actually the number of times your audience have seen your ads on average. So what does it mean? So let's say, for example, you have a frequency of 2.5. That means all your audience that you have reached in the last 7 days have seen your ads. Averagely, each person have seen it for 2.5 times. That's what it means. So it's actually the difference between impression and reach. So how many people you have reached, how many impression? If you divide impression by reach, then you'll be able to see the frequency. So that's how it was calculated. So why is frequency important? You see, when it comes to Facebook advertising, we usually have a very simple structure of the top of funnel campaign and the retargeting campaign. Now, for top of funnel campaign, it is essential to reach as many people as we can. Make sense? Because that's the whole purpose of running ads. Because in my opinion, when you're running ads, whatever you do, sales or messenger or leads and all that, it's all numbers game. So especially for top of funnel, we want to reach as many people as we can, because that increases our opportunity of getting more results. So that's the key. But when your frequency is getting higher, say if your top of funnel campaign and your frequency is 2.5, that means the campaign is now being locked down to a bunch of people that Facebook believe that they are more likely to take action, which is nothing wrong, because these are the people who are more likely to buy. These are the people who are more likely to become a lead. It makes sense because Facebook know these are the people who are likely to do these actions. But if you have, if they have performed the action and we do not have a mechanism to push them out, that become a repeating ads on these people. So it actually creates ad budget wastage, because these people may have taken action and you're still showing to them it's a wastage. They may no longer interested in taking action, but you do not, the ad doesn't know, right? They keep showing back to that. It's also a, like ad budget wastage. At the same time, and as you keep repeating to this audience who are no longer interested or taken action, you actually leave a bad impression on them. Like they'll be like, what the heck is this guy doing? Keep showing the same ad to me. So it's essential for us to do an exclusion. So you need to learn how to actually exclude your audience, so that you are able to force your ad, especially on the top of funnel, to reach more people for you, which in turn, it might get you more results. Now, on the other hand, for a retargeting campaign, it's essential that we are actually showing our ads as many times, as in like within the date range that we're looking for. Let's say, for example, for e-commerce campaign, our benchmark is a 7-day. We always start with a 7 days retargeting, and we want to make sure that the frequency is not more than 5, but not lesser than 2 to 3. So it's a very important thing that we have to have a ratio here. So because I know you are interested in my product or services, just you are yet to purchase, and this is the 7 days window that I have to convince you with all the ads or whatever messages that I want to show you, right? So this is how we would actually say that, I want to make sure that I reach you as many times as we can, but not more than 5, because we may not need to go there, but then we have to be at least 3 to 4. So that is where we have to come in and, like maybe play on the budget to see whether we are able to push the frequency. But when you have a 10, for example, for retargeting, then you are probably wasting. So it's important for you to reduce the budget on that. So understanding the frequency, and especially, how does it imply or affect the performance of your top of funnel and retargeting campaign is a very important thing. So I hope that answers your questions. But having said that, I always like to emphasize that frequency is not the only metric that we measure. There are a lot of metrics. You can actually go to my other YouTube videos to find out all the other metrics that you need to track. But it's important to understand the connection between metrics. Say we have CTR, sets of them, the CPM and the frequency. Because when I don't want you to get too obsessed on one single metric, because a lot of people are, like I always have these, like a bunch of people comes back and ask me, how do I reduce CPM? How do I reduce CPM? Look, CPM is important to be reduced, but if it's reduced and yet you reach the wrong people, it doesn't make sense as well, right? So you need to actually kind of like learn how to connect the metrics to make sound decision on your campaign. So that's really something that I always recommend you to learn. So if you are running ads on Facebook and you want to master this part of the art, I will recommend that you start with this. So this is the Meta Ads Review gig on Fiverr. So scan this QR code, buy me a dinner. What we're going to do is we're going to do a few things together. First, I'm going to build a dashboard for you, as in like for your campaign specifically, what are the metrics that we should be looking into? All right. So we have, let's say, CTR, CPM, and I would actually arrange them in sequence so that you'll be able to see the whole thing in a very objective and sequential way. So, and then we will have a journey in place as well. Say, for example, if you are doing sales campaign, we will start from the click, landing page view, add to cart, and until purchase. And we will actually kind of build the whole thing out so that we are able to see which part are we actually kind of like falling off the cliff right now. Say if you have a 1,000, like landing page view and you only have like 10 adding to cart, then we know that this part is actually broken. Is there anything that we can do? That's how we do optimization, in fact. So first we build a dashboard, okay? And I'm going to build it for you in your Ads Manager search so that you can always come back to that. And followed by the analytics. That's where I will come in and analyze your campaign for you. I will be kind of like connecting with for you, like, for example, what is CTR? What are we actually looking at, when we are analyzing the CTR and the CPM? So when the CPM and CTR goes that way, what are the decisions that we will be making? And yeah, I'll teach you how to analyze. That's the whole purpose. And as we analyze, we build a plan. So I'll be looking at like, okay, now, so this is something that you have to do. Step 1, step 2, step 3. So I'm actually going to give you a plan for at least the next few weeks down the road so that you can actually perform optimization techniques yourself. So yeah, so that's the whole learning purpose. Then immediately you will know what are the metrics that are important to your campaign and what are the things that you should be doing in the following weeks to hopefully take it to the next level. So that's what I do a lot with, like advertisers from all around the world. So if you're running ads and you're serious, really like, on taking, like leveling up on this part, scan this QR code, buy me a dinner, and I look forward to work with you soon.